You got there in 2010 with Ronald and Sharif, and there was so much hype around you three. Y'all had some injuries getting back. Was it a good, the three of you guys when y'all were together, was it a good experience, would you say?
I wouldn't change that for the world. I mean, that's something that you can't never take back. You can win all the games that you want, you can lose all the games that you want, but the relationships that you build with people will last forever. And those, Sharif, I feel like I knew him my whole life. You know, same thing with Kyle, same thing with Matthew. That's just a bond that you will never break.
Sharif obviously decided to go. You didn't. What factored into your decision? Why'd you decide?
My mother wanted me to come back to try to graduate school, try to get as close as I could, try to graduate school. I won't be able to graduate in December, but next spring I will.
What do you graduate in?
Sociology.
Okay.
Dominique, do you look at the return of Kyle as kind of like a bonus?
Oh, of course. I'm stoked. I'm excited. I can't wait to see that man play. Like our sophomore year when he was playing, I love to see him play. I can't wait to see him play. We talk about it every day.
How anxious is he just to get back out there being away for so long?
You ever not eating for a couple hours and your stomach is hitting your back?
Uh-huh.
That's how he feels. Like you just want that first piece of food, you know?
Can you talk about Ronald Powell, what he means to the team's leader?
Ronald Powell, he's a voice that's always heard. He has so much effect on this team is people don't really understand. He's one of the most powerful leaders I'll say that's on this team.
How did he get that way?
That's just him. That's his personality. That's how he is with his family. That's how he is around us. He's a powerful. He's powerful. Like he means something to a lot of people.
Did that come through right away, or did that build over?
Obviously, trust has to come from a certain time over time. So yeah, I would say it came over time.
You lost obviously some very good players off this defense. Do you feel that you can be as strong or stronger defensively than you were a year ago?
Yes, sir. Just for the simple fact that those younger guys played behind those veterans, so they understand the expectations that they need to exceed. And for the simple fact that those older guys made mistakes, with those younger guys was able to correct themselves off of.
What about you personally? Do you like playing inside or outside?
I just like playing. I just like playing the game, that's all.
Are you good with your role this year?
Yes, sir.
Dominic, how did the last 2 years against Georgia weigh on you?
Big time. I hate losing. So to lose to the same team 2 years in a row isn't a good feeling. I think about that every day.
What about the leftover effect from the Sugar Bowl? Did that weigh on you too?
Yeah, of course. That's something that I'll never go out with. That's the last memory I have playing with the boys that I basically grew up with. When you go to college, you grow up with people, so that's not some memory that you want to leave behind.
What did you chalk it up to? What happened then?
We just didn't play to our ability. We took off the game, I would say. And that's something that we won't allow ourselves to ever do again.
You'll make sure of that? You'll be part of that?
So,
Dominique, John Halapia was saying that going against you in practice helps him a lot in terms of quickness and going against somebody who's really quick. What's it like in practice going against him?
that's the first person I try to line up on, because to be the best, you have to go against the best. And me, I consider him to be the best lineman in this game right now that I've ever been against. So
when he gets his hands on you, is it hard to get off of him?
Yeah. You wanna see how big he is?
You're senior now. Has your personality changed at all since you've been here? Grown up?
I don't know. What y'all think? Y'all knew me for a couple of years, right? Nah, I grew up to where I had to grow up, but I will always be the funny, outgoing person. Life is too short to be serious all the time.
The antics and the dancing and everything, that's what stay this year?
Yeah, that's just me. That's me on the field.
How'd you pick Florida from New York? Obviously, that's quite the distance.
The Under Armour game. I was playing with everybody who was committed to there, so I figured I play like them, so why not play with them for the rest of my college career?
You're obviously close to your mom. Was she okay with you going that far from home, or was she?
No, not really.
Where'd she want you to go?
She just wanted me to go to school to get a college degree. She doesn't really care too much about football like that. So, I mean, she didn't care that I was getting out because she wants me to get out and adventure the world, but she just wanted me to go to college and get a degree.
How much has Driscoll improved?
Dominique, Commissioner Slav continues to talk about what he wants to see the NCAA do for student athletes. What would you like to see done in terms of the NCAA helping you guys out financially?
Me personally, I don't really pay that stuff no attention because you want to get paid for what? Just to have your name on the game? And it's really that important to you. I don't think that's something that you need to be worried about in life. There's much bigger things in your life that's going on to be worried about something so simple like that.
Does that get a lot of talk in the locker room, just in terms of players saying they're not getting enough money for cost of attendance?
Yeah, but I mean, you gotta work with what you get. You know, you can't ask for too much. You can't ask for too little. So you gotta be appreciative of whatever you have.
You practice against Driscoll all the time. How much has he improved from a year ago?
A whole lot. Like his confidence is what really changed his game. Like he wasn't too sure about some of the decisions that he was making, but now when he makes a decision, you can't tell him otherwise.
You guys lost a lot of defense, especially up the middle. With Sharif, with Boston safeties. How are the guys stepping up in the spring and then in the workouts, to fill those voids?
They're trying to exceed what they've done. They're trying to be better at what they've shown. Do better.
How's Antonio kind of taking Bostic's role as the quarterback of the defense at Mike?
Yeah, he's doing the best I ever seen a young kid could ever do. You know, he's young. Some kids be nervous. Some people be nervous, but he's far from that.
You said you've seen some cockiness out of Driscoll.
Yes, sir.
I assume you like that.
Yeah, of course. You always want some cockiness out of your quarterback, but they got to be certain of what they do.
How does that manifest? Like, what are you seeing that makes you say that?
Just the way he handles the offense, just the way he talks to us now. Like you just hear it in his tone of voice. Like he's not afraid to speak his mind.
Do you see signs in the spring where this will be a better offensive team than a year ago?
Yes, sir. Driscoll was running the offense more consistently. It wasn't asking for more. He was actually giving more.
Do you see running backs that'll be able to replace Gillespie?
Oh, of course. We got Matt Jones, Mac Brown. We have a walk-on, Mark Herndon. A lot of people don't know about him, but he's unbelievable. He helps us out a lot.
Looking forward to seeing Purifoy go both ways?
Oh, of course. That's a freak of nature, so you always want to see something exciting like that.
What makes him a freak of nature?
The way he can run. The way he can run.
Are you jealous? You want to play some offense?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Of course.
What could you play?
Me? Some tight end. I used to be able to play some tight end back in the day.
Could you do some option quarterback?
Option quarterback?
Could you do it?
Me? Yeah, of course. I wouldn't be so comfortable with getting hit. That's about it.
Last year against Georgia, you guys made a lot of penalties and mistakes. What are you doing this year to improve on that?
Every time we make a penalty, we have to do either 10 push-ups or 10 up-downs. So after a while, you get tired of that. You get annoyed, you get frustrated. So we cleaning it up.
Your coach was talking about the turnaround that you guys had just in 1 year. On and off the field, what does it take as a player to turn things around so quickly?
Chemistry. We control the team. The players control the team. So when you have people who's close to each other, understand each other, and trust each other, you listen to each other. And that's all it takes.
Sometimes in those situations, do you have an idea that things are going to turn around on the field quickly, off the field before it even sees?
Yeah, you can feel it. That's just a feeling that you get from the person next to you. You don't have to look to your left or to your right and ask, are you going to be able to do this for me? You already know what's going to happen. That's from off the field. Spectacular. That boy, he moving. You got, I say, back in effect.
His drive, he's never wavered at all. He's just go.
Yep. He wants it more than anybody because he's been at the game. For you to be at the game for a whole year, that's something that you don't want to never experience.
What do you personally hope to accomplish this year?
Me personally,
There's some goals.
my whole goal is to get to a point where I'm able to take care of my family. That's all. That's the only reason why I do this, you know? That's the only reason why a lot of people do what they do. To be happy with they love what you do, and take care of your family.
Did that factor in your decision to come back?
Yeah.
The idea that you could put yourself in a much better position?
Yes, sir.
Guys like Sharif going up front, what do you personally need to do differently this year to help them?
Communicate and try to build better relationships with the people next to me, because me and Sharif already had that, so I have to try to build the same type of relationship that I have with him.
Think you need to become more of a leader on the line now that you're the senior, you're more the elder statesman?
Yeah, I would think. Yeah, I would think so. I mean, I'm gonna just be me, and that's what people say. So I would think so.
What do you think about the new targeting rule in college football? What do guys say about that?
We was just talking about that. They're basically making us play flag football. You can't really. It's hard, you know. You can't really control where you want to hit, but it's the part of the game. The rules come, you gotta follow.
Do you understand where they're coming from? I mean, do you guys worry at all about concussions? I mean, do you think that's
It's a part of the game. It's a part of you sign up to play the game, so you have to be willing to take the consequences. The consequences to every action that you take.
There's been some talk about maybe Clowney playing a little bit on offense. What would you think about covering Clowney?
I'd be pretty excited. Yeah, I didn't. That's the first time I heard of it. I was pretty excited.
Do you think he'd be pretty good?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's an athlete, tall, fast. I'm pretty sure he played offense in high school. So I'm pretty sure he would be good.
How you already talked about it? Talk about Ronald Powell.
He brings togetherness. Like he's a voice that's always heard. Like he makes people come together just from his attitude of who he is. And he's a family guy. He just brings the family always.
Linebackers seem like you have some versatility between the clock and your other positions. Talk about your
Athletes, freak of natures. They can run, they can hit. That's all you really need. Yes, sir.
We were just talking about Clowney playing offense. How would you defend him in a one-on-one?
I'll defend like anybody. Hit him up in his chest. first person to hit him.
Like right off the line.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know your quarterback is Hog Hunter?
Yeah, somebody told me that. I don't deal with that type of stuff. I'm a city dude. First time I seen the cows coming to Gainesville. So I ain't touching no animals. I don't like bugs, flying bugs. I don't do mosquitoes, raccoons, all that stuff. Keep that to the south.
So you're not waking up and going hunting with Jeff?
No, not fishing, nothing like that.
What kind of guy is Jeff on and off the field, and how much confidence do you guys have in him going into this second year as a starter?
He's grown to be comfortable. Like he's more spoken now, I would say. Like at first I thought he was like a quiet, shy guy, but he's more outspoken.
What about elephant hunting? Who's going to beat Alabama this year?
Oh, I thought you meant real elephant hunting. I was about to say, anybody who works harder than them, really.
Talk to me about Matt Jones. How is he stepping up into Mike Gillis' role, and how has he matured since from year one to year two?
He's taken on the responsibility of knowing his place. He knows what he has to do, and he knows that we're looking for him to be that guy for us. So he's taking it on very extremely well.
Is he a guy that can carry the ball 25, 30 times a game?
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
Yeah, talk to you a little bit about how your son's changed your perspective. He has a daughter, I believe. Have you talked to him at all about how maybe she changes his perspective on life?
Oh yeah, we always talk about our kids. You know, that's one of the happiest moments in our life. Nobody can never take that from us, ever. So, I mean, we always know every time we wake up, every time we step in the weight room, every time we step on the field, it's not for us anymore. It's for them. It's for their joy in life, not for ours.
So it makes that 5 a.m. wake up a little easier?
Yeah, it makes it fun, you know?
Talk about Fowler and Bullard as players, two guys on the end.
Oh, I love playing with them. Those.
What makes them different?
They want it. I ain't never see two young guys that want it like that. Like their will and their want is as if they was veterans, as if they already knew the game.
And physically, they're like
Yeah, they're
veterans
ready.
too, aren't they?
Yes, sir.
What's your approach to being asked to change positions? You played end-to-end tackle. A lot of guys in college, they come in from high school asked to do that, off of that.
No, I don't really care. It doesn't bother me. So I mean, it's just all you're doing is telling me to try to make me more of a intelligent person. So that's like a plus to me. I would say.
You just trust the coaches, or do you ever worry like, are they going to mismanage some things in
No,
my career?
I mean, no, because it all boils down to me. Like, it all boils down how I come at it or how I take it into effect. I could easily say no and not try to work at it to myself, or I could try to be the best at what they want me to be. You know?
What was your reaction to the Trayvon
My reaction? I mean, I didn't really pay attention. Like I was telling everybody else, I don't really watch the news. I don't really watch sports. SpongeBob, Fairly Odd Parents, and Jimmy Neutron. That's about it. That's the type of guy I am, you know?
Can you talk about the transfer offensive line, Max Garcia and Tyler Moore? What you go against those guys? What are they like?
Oh, Max Garcia. Yeah, that group right there is going to be a special group. That's going to be a special group.
Why?
Everything that they do is together. When we have that, we have no worries in the world.
Dominique, how responsible should a head coach be if his players are getting in trouble, not behaving?
They should be responsible, but in all reality, we're grown men. We go out there, we make every step that we decide to take every step that we decide to take. So if we make the decisions, we have to take all responsibility of our own self, not nobody else. We can't put it on nobody else, you know?
Did the Hernandez thing reverberate much around the team?
I just told him, well, I don't be watching that stuff.
Well, what about, I mean, you're around the team.
Yeah, I mean, I heard about it, but I mean, it's just a sad story. That's about it.
Dominique, Jalapeno said that Matt Zoles has talked about he wanted to break him and Smith's rushing moving forward. You being a defensive guy and being able to go against Matt, is that possible? Do you see Matt as a guy?
A man is able to do whatever they put their will to do. Not their mind, their will. You know?
Do you think Matt's mindset is that
Oh,
already
of course.
capable as a